All right. Hello, hello. Welcome back. We are back again. I hope this is working. Again, welcome back to the game. Today we're gonna be having uh RT1 versus NSG Forsaken, if I'm not mistaken. And today, my esteemed colleague Brillman is gonna be with us. How you feeling today, man? Once I let him in. Yeah, perfect. Again, go for it. How you feeling, man?
Ladies and gentlemen, I was listening to you on Twitch channel and waiting for you to actually stop talking so I can jump in, but then I realized I have a little bit of a delay.
All good.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and hello, Brady. I'm super excited to be here today.
Yeah, I mean, yo, it's been a while. God, last game we had RE versus goodness runtime, but today we're here to talk about Red Team 1 versus NSG. Today we got to think that both of these teams are going to be looking for that top seed in playoffs. So, can you talk to me a little bit about, what you would like to see perhaps in today's draft and how you would like it to go?
Well, I am super excited to see that because not only both of the teams are looking to um, get the top spot seed, but also both of the teams haven't lost a game just yet. This is going to be their like fight not only for the top seed, but their feeling of I am the immortal type of thing. And what I'm really looking towards to is we have a very interesting meta right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's very shaped. Um, if you compare it with the summer split. Now, I think that either we need to look and watch out for those 1-3-1 type of side lanes team compositions, or we might actually look towards what is going to be the weak side for one of the teams. So if the team is going to go like, okay, fine, we're going to try and work with the top side as the weak side, or the bot side as the weak side, and that I think are going to be one of the primarily questions of success for those both teams.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, as you're talking about that, we have seen that these teams have both started their draft. Uh, NSG Forsaken, have I got that the right way around? I don't think I do. Let me quickly change that. There we go.
I
Uh,
actually might need a link of mine as well because momentarily I'm just looking at something a little bit different.
all
So if
good.
you can provide me very fastly with a link, I'm going to be very happy as well.
Perfect, perfect, perfect. I will sort you out, but as I do that, I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna talk a little bit about the draft. Red team one. There you go. There's that. But
Thank you very much.
Red team one opting for that MF first pick. NSF looking to respond with the
Oh,
Leona. Now we do know MF is pretty strong in the meta. I think that's a pretty fair comment to say. What do you think about the picks in the band so far?
oh, if you look towards the bans of RT, they're really looking down to shut down the top side preference. So you have Volibear, you have Trundle, you have Oriano, who can do very good in team fightings and those early skirmishers for the Herald. While NSF, they seem to be more eager of trying to shut down the bot side of the map.
Mm-hmm,
So I would assume that momentarily what we are experiencing here is that RT1 are looking to try to go for the weak side top composition. And yes, you can see there's
mm-hmm.
Kennen, who's going to be very useful and crucial in those team fights, as the slicing maelstrom is something that has proven to be a thing of beauty in those 2 weeks of Worlds.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I think it is would be very fair to say that it is going to be not the ooh
Yo, I mean, is he gonna do
League
it?
of
Has he
Draven.
picked it? Is that locked in?
Yes, is that
Wow.
locked in?
I mean, what do you think of yeah, I mean, clearly he's come confident. He's bringing the energy. He's ready to win late win game, baby.
That's a confident pick. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I mean, I would expect something like a Lucian maybe
Mhm.
into full
Mhm.
misfortune, maybe Ezreal even, but definitely not Draven. And look at it, they're even still going forward and banning those supports out. So we do have Leona Draven there, which is going to be a very hard lane to go for. But on the other hand, NSF need to watch out because if they're going to push the lane, then
Mm-hmm.
they're making themselves a very good target for Graves to come in. Yes, not going to have some kind of a very hard CC support right now, but there's still options. For example, if somebody is going to flip the coin and sell, you know what, screw it, let's go and try to pick up Blitzcrank.
Oh, that would be like just the full positioning punish. Now, I do know that RT1 Loon does play, a bit of everything. So to be honest, I can see her picking it, like especially into a Draven. You know where he's gonna be walking those axes. Both teams can see him. So I would love to see some sort of CC come out and set up for this Graves, because as you did say, like NSG Forsaken's bot lane, they are gonna shove in. But yeah, we continue with the draft. They're gonna play that Camille. You mentioned a split pushing style of play at the start of the draft, and
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I think Camille definitely gives you that option. But
I mean, with the team composition of NSF, they seem like they can try to.
oh,
Excuse me, what?
I mean, if you want to play safe, there's no better champion to do it.
Is that Worlds? Is that that's locked in?
That's in. That's the cat is in the game. Yes.
I'm looking at Worlds draft right
Yeah.
now. Like
Yeah.
seriously, that's Worlds draft here. But anyway,
Mm-hmm.
yes, NSF seem to be quite eager to try to make one.
Wow. Wow. I mean,
Okay, this is such a flex pick right now.
the Graves may be going mid. The Graves may be going
Top.
top. Cannon could go mid.
Yes, though. That's why I'm saying this is such of a flex pick. So where is he gonna go? That's the biggest question.
Yeah, I
And if
mean,
they're going to answer with a LeBlanc, this is such a bold call as you do not know what are you coming up
hmm
against.
I agree, but I mean, I think LeBlanc in most matchups can be pretty slippery. So even if you're not entirely sure, LeBlanc can always dance around. She can get around maybe a Graves or a Cannon, like. But yeah, I mean, super well drafted from Red Team One, really disguising the Graves pick and the Cannon pick. But
There's a little bit of a problem though, because if you look at RT1, yes, they have a very good sort of drafting it around and making the whole
mhm,
game
mhm,
uh, not being absolutely like how to put it. They have a lot of different tools on their hands. They
mhm.
have a bit of a problem with that LeBlanc because even though they do have those tools, they
Mhm.
don't have any hard CC. And
Yeah.
catching LeBlanc without hard CC, also when you have not Graves but Draven, I'm
Yep.
sorry, around the map as well,
Mhm.
making both of those champions extremely mobile and extremely slippery in terms of how to catch
Yep.
and then engage into the team fight, making Xinjiao, Camille, and Leona a beautifully sorted around front laners and making it very hard then to make your way towards LeBlanc and Draven.
Yeah. I mean, you said it right. Like even with hard CC, LeBlanc is a difficult one to lock down. But like you just have threat after threat after threat coming for NSG Forsaken, the LeBlanc, the Camille, the Draven, the Zin. You need tools to stop them from, I don't know, doing what they want to do, and a lot of that comes with hard CC. Now, that being said, you do have the MF ult with a Kennen ult, a Yuumi ult, and a Hecarim. So in team fights, if they're taken on red team's one terms, I think uh, every single one of them has such a game-changing ultimate. Like even the Graves for just picking off people towards the end and at the start of these fights. I think both teams with a lot of options, but I'd like to see how it
Ladies
plays
and
out.
gentlemen, I think we have a bit of a miscommunication here between the teams, and it's not going to be Hecarim, it's going to be Ziggs.
Ah, it is a Ziggs. So it's wait, the Hecarim is gonna be Ziggs.
I think so. I'm not sure, I'm not 100% positive. If you can look into
I
the.
will I will look into that one quickly. LeBlanc is Ziggs. LeBlanc is Ziggs, is what I'm being told.
Okay. So, all
LeBlanc
right.
is Ziggs. Right. Okay, that changed things a little bit. So
I actually don't like it.
I
I
was
like
like,
LeBlanc.
we were sat here, we were like, yo, LeBlanc is so good. They're like, right there, they're like, hey,
Yeah.
by the way, LeBlanc is Ziggs.
Yeah, I mean it's a bit of a it's a bit of an oopsie right now because thinking about it, I actually do think that
Hmm.
LeBlanc gets into the team composition that NSG have right now
Yeah.
much better than Ziggs, because with Ziggs they have a lot of split push
Hmm.
potential.
Hmm.
They have a lot of potential to go in on onto the 1-3-1
Yeah.
side lanes push. That's true. While Red Team One are not having that luxury,
No.
but Ziggs is going to prove himself a little bit less of a working machine when it comes to LeBlanc, especially when trying to fight for
Hmm.
those
Hmm. Hmm.
early objectives.
Well, I mean, now knowing that it's a Ziggs, I guess both the Kennen and the Graves lane aren't too bad for him. He's always gonna have that range. It's gonna be pretty hard to get onto him. But what does Ziggs really give you here? I guess obviously you know his W. He's going for towers. I mean, yeah, I mean it shuts down a little bit of that 1-3-1 NSG Forsaken style, but I think NSG are also gonna be super happy with like 1-4. You got Camille ult with Ziggs ult on top of it. That is a one shot bomb if ever I seen one. But yeah, I'm not
It
too
also gives a
sure.
lot of. It also gives. I mean, Ziggs also gives a lot of pressure. So
Mhm.
coming into the game, if you think about it, you have with Ziggs around in your team, also teamed up with Draven and Camille, you have a good way of trying to work around the work around the pressure on those side lanes. So you can go
Mhm.
try to work with the top tower. You can go to and try and work with your bot tower and stuff like that. But when we're speaking about those objectives, it's not going to be the best thing.
Yeah, I mean, let's talk a little bit now. We touched on it a little bit, but like obviously again, we don't actually know where the Graves and the Cannon are gonna go. I would like to
Not
make
yet,
an
please.
educated guess at. I mean, I say that I have no idea. Yeah. Well, let's talk.
Very educated
Yeah.
guess, my friends.
I thought about it for a second, and I'm just like, yo.
I mean, what possibly? Most likely, Hecarim is going to go to the jungle,
Oh, I
right?
mean, yeah, I mean.
So Hecarim top lane, even though that a lot of junglers
Mm-hmm,
have
mm-hmm.
been innovative, let's put it this way.
Yep.
Recently, in the current meta, it's been innovative at the top and mid
Mm-hmm,
lanes.
mm-hmm,
But the idea that I have right now is with Graves top,
mm-hmm.
it gives you a potential for skirmishes, even against Camille in a way.
Yeah,
But in my experience, Graves top does much worse into Camille than Kennen top.
that's what I'm kind of thinking, but I mean, I think, I mean, both kind of have. I don't want to say Kennen has a dash, but like he may as well have a dash. But I think it's safer to assume it's gonna be Kennen top, Graves mid, and in that eventuality, what are lanes gonna look like? How is this jungle matchup really gonna play out? Because obviously the lanes have a huge part to do with that. It's what I'm trying to get towards. What do you think about that?
Well,
Yeah, that's a big question. Yeah.
the problem is with Yumi locked in, that means you do not have an opportunity to try and work around roaming support. I
Yeah.
mean, yes, Yumi can go out, try to sit on the
Hmm.
jungler,
Hmm.
um, just sit on the jungler, and then try
Of
to
course.
path yourself towards the heralds.
Yeah.
Yes, you can do that. Problem is that with that leaving misfortune with
Yeah.
Leona and Draven
Yeah.
is basically a suicide, even if she's going to try and
Uh
play
huh.
it around as a weak side.
Yeah.
So that and you don't provide any hearts to
Yep.
see, you don't provide basically anything than just a little bit of poke with your Q, potential wards,
Yeah.
and a heal, and that's pretty much it.
Mm-hmm.
So I presume that the idea for RT1 is to try to work around a top side as your powerful side and just leave a misfortune to farm herself up to get
Pray.
herself some
Yeah.
strong, yeah, to pray. Basically, that's everything that she's got to do for a
Yeah.
lot of
Mm-hmm.
minutes in
Mm-hmm.
that game and just work her way towards the Gale Force, right?
Of course. Yes.
Now, with Camille. and Ziggs this time around, they have a little bit more potential of doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Because if that would have been a LeBlanc, that would mean that fighting for Heralds might have been much more trickier.
Mm-hmm.
With
Mm-hmm.
Ziggs, he provides a lot of good poke,
Of
true,
course.
but there's Graves, there's Hecarim, there's Kennen.
Yeah.
You can be insta-deleted
Oh yeah.
out of the game. So RT1 have a very good win condition when
Mm-hmm.
it comes to the fights for those these early skirmishes around the Heralds.
Mm-hmm.
And in case that RT1 are running double teleport, that means they can even go and fight for the dragon setup,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
My primarily question is, can NSG do that? Because I don't feel like they have a lot of team fight potential.
I think I guess NSG's way of looking at it, and I know you touched on it, MF building towards a Gale Force, but there is a lethality MF build floating around, a Comet MF build, which I don't think I'd like to see here, but I think it's up to NSG with this Draven lane to just say, look, you are sending all of your people down here. We know you want to play top side, strong side, but we have a Leona and a Draven. Your Yuumi is staying bot, and if you don't send your Hecarim and at least one TP bot, we're gonna tower dive you, and we're gonna take over the game that way. However, uh, as the game kind of goes on, with the Camille kind of not really wanting to be around so much, obviously she wants to be in a side lane by herself. I'm not seeing a lot of avenues for super hard engage outside of this Leona. So I think a lot of the onus and a lot of like the weight of team engages around objectives and things like that falls onto her. And the only thing I'll say there is it makes NSG Forsaken's team a little bit like what's the word, scripted. Like you know what's coming. Whereas again, I think Momentum have a lot more options to them around this kind of thing. But again, I think a lot of weight rests on this Draven Leona lane because
Yeah.
if they can't punish this MF, which I think they're very, very capable of doing, I think you'll find that this Yuumi will just be allowed to free roam. Like Yuumi sat on top of Hecarim, that's a fast boy. He's gonna make a lot happen around the map with the Yuumi sat on top of him. But I think honestly, even in the Camille lane, Ziggs can like roam to like either pixel brush and throw an ult wherever he needs, like he just Kobe's it as well. I think both sides do have a lot of pressure, but I think it's gonna be a matter of can RT1 force the team fight versus can Forsaken either make a pick or have Camille just super hard pressure side lane. That's kind of how I envision what's gonna happen.
The problem with Camille though, that she has the Huckstack ultimatum ready, right? So
Yes.
she can isolate the target,
Mm-hmm.
she can kill the target very fast, but who do you exactly kill?
Yeah.
Because there's Misfortune,
Mm-hmm.
there's Graves, there's Cannon, and there's Hecarim. Yes, with Yuma around, I think she's not exactly the best fit, but still, there's four members of the opposite team, and
Yeah.
pretty much by the end of the day, you want to lock down all
Yeah.
four of
That's
those
that's
members,
4 carries we're looking at.
at least in a way.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you get rid of one, the other one can rip through your team with no problem, right?
Yep. Yep.
Now, the thing is that it seems, even though that NSG do have a lot of engage tools,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
it's a very big question: who do you actually engage upon?
Yeah.
Yeah, and with Yumi's route that she's able to provide as well, this looks like to be a very good disengagement tool.
Mm-hmm.
If you think about it, there's a lot of different ways for RT to disengage from the fight.
Sure.
We're talking the onslaught of the shadows, with the speed from Cannon, with the dash through the walls from Graves,
Yeah.
and Misfortune with her just natural, very speedy way of walking
Yeah.
around
Oh
walking
yeah.
around the map, right?
Mm-hmm.
So in the end, that provides RT1 with a lot of different ways how to disengage from the fight.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that's a bit of a question.
I mean, yeah. I mean, and as you say that, we are just about getting into the game. The spectator delay finally over. So if I just quickly swap over for you, and
Ladies and gentlemen, I remind you, this is Supreme League Europe. This is Red Team 1 against NSF.
whew, I'm
Both
excited.
teams haven't lost a game just yet. A fight for the top seed at the playoffs. If you're not hyped, something's wrong with you.
I like that. I like that a lot. And now we do get a little insight, a little more insight now onto the lane states, the lane setups from RT1, and they have opted actually to put Wolf in the mid lane on the cannon, and they have put the Graves in the top lane.
Okay, I do have some questions about that, honestly speaking.
Let me just sort everything out. Perfect. And there we go. And we are
Ladies
away.
and gentlemen, welcome to the Summoner's Rift.
Okay. You are Forsaken. I see a couple of pings going out.
Am I?
Okay, but you're in their mindset, alright? You're there. They're all running bot. We're going in, right?
Ooh, cheesy level 1 tactics. But though, look at RT1, they're also looking for some kind of a cheesy level 1 tactic as well.
Of course. I mean, I just pray for poor Loon's life here that she does put the ward down and not to leave. Very, very smart. So, red side here will just get spotted out.
Ooh.
Back to the drawing board.
Back to the drawing board. But the thing is, okay, so basically, NSF have put themselves in a little bit of a troubling moment. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Although, judging by the pings, I think they have managed to sort this out.
Yes.
But the idea is they put themselves extremely behind. Now they have no information about whereabouts of RT1, right?
Of course.
And the problem is that without this kind of information, they can be caught in here in a 3 versus 3. And they have no legit information.
Oh, Arvid will spot them, but will he be able to get out?
It seems so. Ring going into the fight. Double Autos not going to find anybody just yet. And the Q is going to zone RT1, but it looks like maybe Arvid wants to come in just a little bit further. No, so double level 1 cheesy tactics do not really, get us anywhere.
Both junglers opting to start topside, everyone pathing towards this bottom lane. Yeah, I mean, welcome to the League of Draven, baby. I mean, I expect a bit of a bloodbath down here.
Most likely going to be, thinking about also the fact that with such a hard engagement tool, I would expect maybe Lushesco to try and go for the level 2 all-in. They're also running Ignite, that's something, but on the other hand, Toto is running Cleanse.
I mean, it's a Leona, right? I know people gave me a lot of stick the other day. I did not run Cleanse, and I found out the hard way. I definitely think running Cleanse into Leona is the way, as they do hit level 2 here. And yeah, RT1
zoning
Toto.
just down. Yep, just zoning out the opponents. It just seems so, though, that maybe this Yuumi tactic is actually going to prevail and show itself to be a very useful one. Although, look at the jungle pathing. So, Hecarim finishing his wolves, and now Sanix will be able to path himself towards the bot side of the jungle. However, Arvid is already completing his second buff because of the fact that he skipped Crocs. Now, he's going to be a little bit behind in terms of gold, but he might be able to go for the ganks just slightly a bit earlier, or even try to contest the Scuttle Crab.
I mean, again, you say that Arvid opting to skip a second camp in... But yeah, Arvid's doing a second camp just for some vision, as he will get this Scuttle. I do expect it. He has the bot prio, he has the mid prio. And Sanix understanding this, he's going to go up, he's going to grab that top scrap, he's going to lick his wounds, go back to the drawing board again.
Ooh, in the meantime, bot side having such an interesting exchange here. Kaiser Momi is already in a little bit of a trouble, but Arvid, here he goes. He's going to steal the enemy crooks, and potentially they can try to all-in Misfortune.
Now you say that, but
Kaiser.
Draven very low here. I don't even. I'd love to see an all-in, but
And looks like to be, but it's a very tricky one. Remember, Arvid is actually behind the enemy lines, and it seems like he's going in. Yes, indeed, here comes Leona. Instant cleanse coming here. Toto's gonna get airborne. So flashes in forward, tries to take the kill. Now Yuumi's the one in trouble. Leona comes in here with another stun, and it just seems such a lost hope for the Misfortune. First blood, and so goes down Loon.
And I mean, look, Arvid understands this Draven needs to get ahead, and to be honest, I was worried for him for a second. That team fight looked a little bit, or 3v2 looked a little ropey at first, but yeah, that's a kill onto Draven. That's a first blood onto Draven. And yeah, let's see what he can do. As he is picked up his Dirk, and yeah, this guy's getting scarier looking by the minute.
The double kill has put NSF into the 1,500 gold lead. Now, it's pretty much huge, especially thinking about the fact that the Draven is the one who got the first kill and the first blood itself. And then the other kill was donated to Arvid. But judging by the fact that RT1 are looking to play bot side as the weak side, so I'm really actually expecting Sanix to go for the early Herald as soon as possible here.
And you say Sanix, they do actually spot him out. The pings do go down. A good deep ward. But yeah, I mean, NSG doing a great job of demanding pressure from their bot lane and making sure that they're getting ahead.
The only problem is the Drake is already up. Draven is now the one in the lead. So that brings him to a moment when they can quite easily try to fight for the Drake.
Yeah, I mean, they just saw the Hecarim bot side, so I think they can assume he's walking towards top. So I think this is an okay time to either look for a gank bot side or start up this Drake, as we do see Arvid pathing bot again. And let's see if it works, as Luchesco just barely misses the Leona E.
Although, I was thinking here for a moment that Pocket Watcher is maybe trying to go to help the team out with the Drake. Yet, Arvid is just going to start it instantly, but he's going to be spotted in the ward because he cleared it and didn't wait for the ward to go down after it was cleared.
Of course, they do also have the knowledge that Hecarim is top, as more pings do go out. They're doing a great job of making sure they know where Sanix is on the map. So yeah, this is just going to look like a free Drake over to the side of NSG. And yeah, even Parker Watcher coming over to really make sure that it goes well for them.
They didn't, I mean, as RT1, they didn't lose that much by the end of the day, because it's, the Toto might be in trouble here. Yet again, Hextech Clash coming in, and that's 4-man bot lane. Here comes a very big bomb, but a teleport coming from top lane. Here comes
double teleport.
And a double teleport from Wolves. That's such a huge stun. Leona is nowhere to be seen, and Arvid might be in trouble as well. Yes, the collateral damage is going to take him down, and that's a double kill for Graves.
The flash maelstrom from Wolf right there was so big. Like, I didn't even think two of them were coming down, but they like, we were talking about weak side, bot side. No, double TP, we're coming in bot. That dive goes terribly wrong for NSG, and now, I mean, that gold lead is evened up. I mean, that's 2 kills over to RT1 Rengo, but let's see if he can keep that ball rolling.
He's going to be in a huge lead over Camille, especially with the fact that he's very slowly but surely building himself toward the Immortal Shield Bow. The Herald is going to be up in just 10 seconds, and Sanix is already patting himself up towards the south side of the map. Yes, you don't have the Slicing Maelstrom, but you still do have the Onslaught in the Shadows. Oh, and good trading from Wolf. He even decides to go even further. A very good dodge onto the Dynamite. Continues to try and pack him through just a little bit, but that was a sidestep, and it seems like that sidestep was the thing that costed Wolf his kill.
We do now see Arvid looking for that top gank as Camille leads forward, goes in, ult comes out, Rengo
ultimates him, but here comes the onslaught of the shadows, gonna take down Camille, and Arvid just flashes away, but you can't get away from the shotgun. Again,
NSG were in the driver's seat. They were said, like, hey guys, we're gonna make a play here, we're gonna go hard, and again, the response from RT1, as I say that.
Toto, instant cleanse coming in, but that's a lot of damage coming with the Ignite as well. Here comes the level 6, here comes the bullet time, but not gonna find anybody just yet.
Just barely, not enough mana from Kaisamami there.
Seems like Toto will be able to get out of the fight with all the ultimates being traded. Oh, that's a solar flare for Luchesco. That's not good for Toto. You might even think about getting out, but you know, it seems like both Kaisamami and Luchesco are respecting the power of powered up, Catty powered up Misfortune. I'm not sure what I'm saying here.
Right now, Red Team 1, they just have all the answers. As I say, looks like a couple of mouse problems. I say that, I don't know why chat is on, but it's gone now. A little sneak peek into the game right there for chat, but yeah, as the pause
Oh,
is
and we're instantly
sorted.
back.
But yeah, RT1, they just have the answers. NSG, they try to make the plays, and oh, looking like a bit of a spectator bug, as the game has just paused.
It seems so.
I'll just rewind quickly and pray that it works.
It doesn't seem to be quite all right.
Yes.
Or does it?
I love it. Okay.
Okay, now we're back.
It looks like we're back.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Kinda.
No, we're back.
We're back.
No, we're back. It's
Kinda.
fine,
It's
fine.
a bit buggy, but like, welcome to Spectator. Yeah.
Welcome to League of Spectators.
Yes.
It's like the League of Draven, but it's a little bit worse than that.
I pray that kind of cleans itself up in the next couple of minutes.
Hopefully.
If not, I'll just play around with it again and we'll see what happens.
It just feels like the game is not exactly in the best shapes of it all. League of Legends, please try to think about, checking up on your spectators more than just checking up on the state of the game itself.
Let's do that one more time and just see what happens. Maybe it cleans itself up. It does appear to have cleaned itself up. Perfect.
Yeah, we've
Perfect.
fixed
We're back.
everything
We're back.
by just rewinding
Yeah.
the time a little bit.
Yeah. When in doubt,
but-
just try again.
Oh, Arvid might be actually looking for yet another all-in onto Toto, but Hecarim is going to spot him on the ward. Arvid is not aware of that, and here comes the running pony. And the start is about to begin. Toto, here comes the solo player onto Hecarim very nicely, but the final chapter and the onslaught of the Shadow is going to take them for the first kill. Going to take the second one as well. In the meantime, Pocket Watcher might be the one in trouble, and he has slain its enemy. Whirling Death is going to bring down Toto, but not saved by the Yuumi.
Again, time and time again, NSG are trying to make these aggressive plays, but one, it's on vision, and two, Sanix is just there. Like, he can smell it, he can see it, I don't know what it is, but the man is just on it today, and he's just there to cut it out again and again and again, and it's really starting to look ropey here for NSG.
He's going to go down with a few turret plates as well, and despite Arvid trying to clean it up just a little bit, takes quite a few damage from Wolf as well. Nice stun also landed here, and just seems like NSG need really to think about their priorities.
Of course. I think the start of the game, they were doing a real good job of tracking Sanix on the Hecarim, but I think they might be lapsed a little bit, and they've allowed him a bit more space to get in and around, but a great job from him, and yeah, I mean, second Drake is spawning, and NSG looking very excited to start that one up, as they will just immediately get going on it, trying to stack those dragons with the soul.
Well, thinking about it, both of the upcoming souls, whether it's going to be Cloud 1 and Inferno 1, is going to be quite useful for them. RT1 are going to spot it, but not just in time to try and take that one down. Despite that fact, the Herald that we've been talking about at the draft stage of the game has been used, was used extremely effectively. Yes, the turret didn't go down, but it almost got down and got a lot of turret plates to Kennen and to Hecarim as well, meaning that pretty much the money was dumped there. Now the idea is you're losing Drakes.
Yeah.
It might be your losing condition. So the third one is the one that RT1 needs really to think about.
And yeah, I mean, you spoke about it with that Drake being used very effectively. Gold leads across the map, really, except the bot lane, which is quite close here for Red Team 1. Especially that top lane looking quite dire for Camille. But again, she hasn't received a ton of jungle pressure or presence, and Rengo did get 2 very, very nice kills in the bot lane. But it's good to see him rolling with that extra gold and really pushing his lead.
And as you've been just speaking about the top side, you can see why is it the weak side. RT1 successfully taking down the first turret, forcing Lorisa out of the lane. So it just seems to be like a bit of a harder moment for them to catch up. The Herald is going to spawn in 1 minute 50 seconds. And it seems like RT1 are really looking forward to take that one on themselves as well.
Of course, and I mean, as this game kind of develops and goes on, like, who and like what like champions are you looking forward to see, like perhaps getting more involved in the game into the later phases? Because I know Camille is a great scaler. Draven maybe not so much, but at the same time, I think Kennen does great into the mid-late game team fights. I think Graves does. What are your opinions as we have a bit of downtime, let's say?
Just really seems so that NSF need to think about where do they want to funnel their money, because right now the only person that it seems to be just in a sort of a lead, and as you can see, yes, it's a 700 gold is for Draven. Everybody else is just falling behind. Now, even with the fact that Draven might be the solo carry, yes, that's true. Artsy are just successfully taking yet another turret. They're looking to take the Herald as well because they have all the pressure at the top side of the map. So maybe Ziggs trying to split push the enemy team and try to divide their attention while we're going to fight for those late game objectives.
Of course. I mean,
Or engage potential from Xin and Camille. That seems like pretty much it, really.
both teams kind of starting to gather around this bot river. Drake spawning in 2 minutes. I'm not entirely sure why, but both teams just looking for that vision control. But yeah, I mean, I'd like to see a bit more shift now onto the bot lane for Red Team 1, because look, you've got outer tier top, outer tier mid. There's one left standing, so I'd like to see a bit more focus on that. But yeah, I think
is about to spawn now, and Sanix is already here to start it.
he is rearing to go. I mean, what do you, is this? This is second Herald, right? 15 minutes. What are you a second Herald fan?
When you can take it,
Yeah,
why
true.
not?
When it's there. If it's just sitting
When
there,
it's
you know.
there and it's just sitting there, and you can come in and go, excuse me, I'm gonna take that, thank you very much, goodbye. And that's pretty much what Sanix is doing right now. Luckily he's a horse, so that means he can do that. Arvid, though, in the meantime, trying to go for maybe some kind of a very long range engage over here. He's going to get spotted on a ward, another one. And Toto is just doing such a good job at playing the weak side.
Of course, I completely agree, and they might look to dive here, but Red Team will have both their teleports up, so I would like to see perhaps another double TP into the bot lane, but it does not look to be.
And here
as
comes
I
the
say
double
it,
TP, as you say. And here comes the cannon with the flash and the slice sword with the bullet time. Willing Death is not going to save, but in the meantime, oh my god, Rengo is nowhere to be seen. Here comes the mega bomb onto Toto. He's almost dead. Yes, he is. And despite the fact that Sanders acts to go away with the onslaught of the shadows, and it seems like NSF completely turned this around. Well, not maybe that much. but
yeah,
still.
right at the end there. But
This last shuriken just changes the picture a little bit.
as soon as I say there's a TP coming in, yo, they're there for their bot lane. But Sanix was not there this time. He got to that fight kind of late, and he was
That's the
forced to
bro
ult
power
away.
for you.
But yeah, I mean, super well played, playing towards the money. Draven picking up another kill. I mean, going even, but when you are down 3k gold overall, I think taking an even trade like that is completely fine.
Still, though, you have to give props to NSF here. Because, yes, there was a double TP. Yes, it went down. But with the immediate response coming from NSF, they were able to turn this fight pretty much around. In the meantime, as I'm speaking, Airvid is not going to join the fight here. Blink and you miss it. The dragon is going to be taken by an RT1. Maybe we're going to see some little bit more action. Wolf might be looking for some kind of an engage still here, but maybe not. And the steal with the mega bomb is not going to connect.
I mean, getting this Drake for Red Team 1 is super important because it really, like, halts the dragon stacking that NSG have done so well over this game. Because they will put that Herald mid. But yeah, it buys them just more time. Because, I mean, oh, as I say that, Luchesco is just going to get jumped on.
Luchesco. But here comes the exhaustion to Kaiser Mummy. He's quite aware. Oh my god, the Solar Flare is going to connect, but it's not going to save you from the Yordle Ninja. And the second death comes for Draven.
I mean, RT1 Wolf is doing so much damage. He's 5-1. He has an item and a half completed. Like, this is not a Yordle you want to be messing with. Alright? He's going to light you up.
Definitely not.
And yeah, I mean, Kaisamami found that one out the hard way. I mean, Arvid found that out the hard way a few minutes ago as well at the Drake. I mean, this cannon is dealing damage.
The Heralds was popped in the mid, but we didn't really see the tower to go down. Now that actually might be a little bit of a missed opportunity here from RT1 because they still have the bot tower sitting, as they themselves don't have the tower already. So that means they don't really have that much pressure at the bot side of the map. Yes, they worked very well with the top side, but there's no more Heralds. So what do you do to win that Drake?
There are no more heralds, but there is a 3, nearly 4k gold lead. So I think, you know, now you just set the cannon up in his side lane. Man's got 5 kills. He's 2 full completed items. He is a very, very rich boy. He's nearly 2 full k gold ahead of his lane opponent. So I think it's just a matter of time now before this bot tower does fall, because I do expect RT1 Wolf just to have that edge over Parker Watcher, just because, look, he's 5-0, he's rich, he got 2 items, he's ready to go.
The only thing though, yes, that's true, but Ziggs is doing exceptionally good job at pushing the lane out. Now, Sanix might be in trouble here. Yes, Harvard goes on to him with the Yumi. Here comes the long range engage, and the onslaught of the Shadow combined with the final chapter is going to take him out of this troubling situation.
Those are 2 big ultimates used there for defensively from RT1, so I'd love to see some sort of aggressive play now come out from the side of NSG, yes. I was gonna say NSF.
NSF.
Yeah.
NSF. I have this written here as NSF, so I don't know.
NSF.
I have NSF.
NSF.
You can just call them Forsaken ones if you want to.
Yeah, perfect. Forsaken. Yeah. But either way, I would love to see some aggressive plays come out here now that the Hecarimult and the Yumiel are both down.
Problem is that they are going to come back very soon. Larissa has no teleport, so he's not able to join the fight immediately. And there's no real objectives to fight for.
True. I mean, both teams are just gonna relax a little bit, fight for maybe vision, as Wolf and Sanix are perhaps looking for something here. But Sanix spotted. Arvin needs to be careful.
Quite deep here, and he's instantly out. No! Flashes away! He's still alive! Oh my god!
I mean, I think there was a bit of miscommunication there between Wolf and Sanix, but no matter.
Kaiser Mommy with the onslaught of the shadows onto Leona, but the pony is still on the chase! Draven, the whirling death is gonna come for you as the next skill and the turret being taken by RT1. I think that's just straight up Herald.
Yeah. That is an angry horse. Like that is a very angry horse. And they will start up the Baron now, but yeah, I mean, bit of a miscommunication on the Arvid, letting him just barely escape with an HP. They said, you know what, look, we're not gonna do that again. We're confirming this kill, and Draven really on the receiving end of a position he doesn't really want to be.
Oh, Wolf with the flash over the wall. Gets onto them, a Hextech ultimatum coming onto that cannon, who's going with the Xin Zhao, and that's a very big shot down coming from RT's side. Yes, the Baron has been slain. In the meantime, Durango is very much stuck in that moment. Double kill for a Camille as NFF, just Forsaken ones, looking to turn this around.
Yeah, Forsaken doing a super good job there. I think Wolf and Rengo getting a little bit ahead of themselves. You know, they were getting the Baron. Maybe they thought they had the zone, but just pushing up a little bit too far forward into this Camille, and you're gonna get punished for
an angry horse with low chest score in there. Here comes an exhaust as well, and Sanix is just not gonna chase them down, although he might have to because the Cloud Drake is already here. Drops the orb, and the Drake has been started. It's going down relatively quickly. Onslaught of the Shadows is available. Here he comes with the onslaught, but the Drake is going to NSF. The Solar Flare is going to connect rather nicely, but Leona is can't live forever because here goes Wolf with a flanking maneuver, and the fight just excels all over the Summoner's Rift. NSF are in a bit of a normal position here, and they can even try to chase Whirling Death. Not going to find anybody just yet. Here comes a big bomb, and the Camille is to seal the deal. Sanix, though, goes on with the chase. Shutdown! Here it comes. And now NSF happily can disengage from the fight.
I mean, NSF in the driver's seat now. I mean, RT1 may have got Baron, but that is another team fight that NSF have just said, you know what, we're down gold, but we're just going to out-team fight you. And yeah, I mean, they did it before. They've done it again. This Camille now is so big. Shot down 200 gold. slightly behind, but overall, I think, yeah, I mean, it's all about Draven. He's pretty rich. He's stacking it up. He's
He's
getting
the
his
richest
adoration.
person on the Summoner's Rift momentarily.
Yes.
Almost. Okay, fine.
He's getting
Kennen
there.
is just a little bit in front.
Yeah, but I mean, now we're up. We're on Soul Point. It's looking hopeful. I think both teams are definitely 100% in this game. But yeah, I think RT1 just looking a little bit split up in these team fights. They really need to like hunker down, get the communication going, and just stick together because they are really getting split up quite a lot.
The gold is going relatively even at this point, especially talking about who has the most and just trying to line this up. But the problem is that by the objectives, yes, you went for those early heralds and you got those early heralds and it paid off. But the problem is, as you've just mentioned, there's a soul point. So if you give up the next dragon, it's not going to be just a cloud soul, but the potential. Oh, the Drake coming in. Oh, Wolf with the slicing maelstrom. Where is Ziggs?
Popped.
All of it. Now with the onslaught of the shadows combined with the lost chapter, the Crescent Guard is not going to save you from misfortune as well. The kill is going to be scored, and Sanix seems to be just a little bit on the chase still, but decide not to engage way too far and just take the bottom tower.
Too easy, 2 free kills there for RT1. Just handed on a silver platter to them. But yeah, I mean, it's looking like they are just gonna march down onto the base of NSF. But
It's not going to be that successful without the Baron buff though.
Baron no longer there, but some good poke damage. They do finally get that last outer tower on the bot lane.
NSF though might be looking for some kind of a chase here. Lorisa might be in trouble. It comes airborne. A bullet time goes in as well. But with just those exceptionally good footwork on the walls, Lorisa gets out.
Kennen is the ninja, but you know Camille can just run across walls, so I mean she is gonna get out of that one pretty easily. So,
It's basically Spider-Man of the Summoner's Rift. If you think about it.
I mean, yeah.
She's climbing walls, she's sticky, and she can point you down.
RT1
That's Spider-Man.
RT1 are gonna look for a bit of a death push here, but I can't see why NSF would walk up this. I say that.
But it seems so. It worked. Onslaught of the Shadows with the last chapter, and Leona flashes over the wall trying to save the Ziggs. Not gonna save him at all. Rengo tanking the tower shots, trying to get him down, but the collateral damage is not there. And here comes Arvid, goes on to Rengo, and that's some damage from Draven. Slicing Maelstrom is going to stun too, and Toto has taken Luchaska down, but it seems like RT1 are in the full control of what is happening right now.
I mean, yeah, I mean, Camille, no TP, was topside. I think RT1 can see that, and they're just, I mean, Wolf is
I think
still
Ninja's
just gonna
running him
chase.
down. Ninja's running him down, Wolf. Tries to get Draven and flashes over the wall. That's some commitment.
Wow.
But now Draven turns around. Good axes flying now and then.
does
No
have flash.
whirling death. Does have flash. And Wolf flashes into Draven.
I mean, I think Wolf realized that he's not getting out of that one, so he's like, you know what, we're gonna try and one-shot him. But yeah, again, Wolf just biting off a little bit more than he can chew there with his flash. But yeah, great turnaround and a great punish out of the Draven. The rich get richer.
RT1 are in trouble. Really are in trouble.
Yeah. Draven 3 full items, only half an item ahead of MF. We do look at the gold. He's only up about 2k, which I mean, for a Draven, is pretty good.
And it seems like NSF are stacking up on the Drake that is about to spawn right now. They don't have Kennen. It's 10 seconds away. He has the teleport, but NSF already starting the Drake. Leona trying to zone out the Hecarim, and she will do that no problems. Cloud Soul is going over to the NSF.
Yeah, Kennen, not in that one. Kennen is a huge part of this RT1 team fight, and if he's not there, I mean, yeah, it's just going to be a free Drake. I don't know how better to say that one. So, I mean, well played there to Forsaken for picking that one up, but RT1 setting up another dash push.
Can we do that? Here comes the Root with the Bullet Storm as well. The fight is just going on everywhere. The teleport coming in for Wolf. He's going to meet himself, or rather meet his face, with the Mega Bomb. Here comes Whirling Death and the Hectic Ultimatum from Loriso. Slicing Maelstrom. Gonna find a few targets, but the fight is just escalating pretty much everywhere around the map. Here comes the Onslaught of the Shadows as well. That's a good kill, but not enough just yet. Arvid trying to find at least somebody else, but you can't do anything with the shotgun and 2 pistols. Here comes an ace for RT1.
That was a back and forth fight. My goodness, I mean, at first the Draven just was completely untouched. He was free hitting, picking up his kills, but I think he kind of just stopped for a bit. But yeah, I mean, super well played from Toto and Rengo to stay alive for as long as they can. I'm sure that had a lot to do with Yumi's existence. Yeah.
We're going to talk about that. Because she's a Yumi.
Yeah, she's the world's most loved champion in League of Legends. I know.
The 200 years of no one allowed to say that.
But yeah, I mean, a great team fight, and now both teams probably do have their eyes on this Baron.
They're already pinging it, actually.
Yeah, I mean, I would like to see Luchesco just going through here, getting some vision control. I would expect to see RT1 head up here too.
RT1 have no flashes though.
They do opt to send Rengo bot. He does have the TP, and while they don't have flashes, I mean, they still have the unstoppable onslaught. Toto still has his cleanse. There are still options, because I mean, the only one with flash on a Forsaken side is Loriso.
And the Hextech. Ooh, here comes the very fast pony. Not gonna find anybody just yet, but we don't follow the shadows. Maybe gonna find at least one. Bullet time! Taking down Draven right out of the pit with the collateral damage. And the pony continues to chase. Here comes Wolf with the slicing Maelstrom. Goodbye, Arvid. And it just seems so that Larissa and Parker watch, or maybe even not.
No.
That's an airborne, nearsighted Yordle trying to fight with all the odds in the world. Not gonna do that at all. Here comes Larissa, maybe with the clutch play, but maybe not. Zerek Scorch is gonna give him just a little bit of HP. Flashes away, trying to save his life, but an ace for RT1, and even the first game.
Gonna look like first game goes over to RT1 here, but yeah, they just completely run down Forsaken as a last-ditch effort there from Luchesco, but my goodness. A strong finish from RT1, I'd probably call that.
Very definitely so. Have to be honest.
But yeah.
For a moment there, it looked like NSF might be able to take the game away,
Mm-hmm.
but RT1 just had such a very good team fighting composition.
Oh, of course. I think as soon as RT1 decided, look, we're done splitting up. We're going to take these team fights together. The Hecarim goes in with the Yuumi. The Cannon's there on the side to pick up anyone who gets away. And the bullet time is just on top of the whole thing. And it just becomes super, super, super difficult to overcome for NSG Forsaken. And I can confirm now that we're at it's NSG Forsaken. That is the team that...
So it's NSG Forsaken.
It's NSG
okay.
Forsaken. Yes. Oh my goodness.
But on the other side, Ortega has written it's NSG Forsaken NSF, NSG Ruin Nation, NRN.
Yes, is what I respond to, sir.
Yes, but actually no.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've had a blast of a first game. Now, I suppose we're going to take just a 1-2 minutes break before heading on to the draft of this second one.
I'm just patiently waiting for them to shoot me an invite over for that one. But yeah, I guess in the meantime, I mean, we had a short conversation about it, but yeah, everything in that game one was so forward and backward. I mean, NSF with a great start for the Draven Leona bot lane. Something out of this world, double TP, flash Maelstrom from the Kennen, bringing it back for RT1. Then the game kind of, went back and forward. Then NSF start coming back into the game, winning a couple of team fights. But then in the end, RT1 decide enough's enough. We're taking control of this game. And they just come out with some some crazy team fights. They hit their R buttons. Yuumi pressed heal as well, and yeah, the
You
team
can't really
fighting
do anything about the very angry pony with a lot of speed, with the ghost, and with the Yumi and the dead man's chest plate.
Yeah, 100%.
It's
I
like,
mean,
no, it
you're
doesn't
running
work.
away from the Flash. It's just not. It's not gonna happen.
Yeah, it's like, well, hello, I'm Hecarim and I'm the fastest pony in the world.
I'm here now. Hello, how are you?
Excuse me, I'm gonna take it, alright? I'm gonna take your objective and I'm gonna run away with it, okay?
Yeah,
Fine,
yeah.
okay, see ya. And Spider-Man is just like hanging on the wall and going, what about me? I'm also fast.
Yeah, I'm fast too. I swear. Fine, that's it. Just
He goes,
ignore
no,
them.
I'm sorry. Bye, have a great time. And just runs away.
Oh man. But yeah, I mean, with the second
Although,
game coming around, I'm sure
yes,
it'll come around.
that's the best of three.
It is. It's a marathon, not a sprint. We are saying Hecarim is very good at sprinting, okay? But is Sanix good at marathon running? That is the question.
I think our puns are going a little bit further than they're supposed to.
Oh man.
It's like a very bad late night show right now with all those puns.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, okay, we'll be back right after the does the sponsors come in and everything? But yeah.
Okay, who's Jimmy Fallon here? Right?
Oh man. Oof. Okay,
I
okay.
also should do the fake laugh, like okay, anyway.
Oh man, okay. Getting in, bring the level down a tiny bit. Going into game 2. What worked for Red Team 1? What worked for NSG Forsaken? What do you want to see them bring back to the table? And what would you like to see changed up a little bit?
Well, in the first game, we've seen that RT1 are exceptionally good at playing weak side bot, right? Because Toto was super safe.
Mm-hmm.
He never gave a chance for anybody to catch him and to kill him, even with the Draven Leona combination at the bot side of the map, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, stick to the plan. Just pick another hyper carry at the top side of the map. Basically anybody. You can even pick Jace.
Mm-hmm.
You can pick, what else can you pick? You can pick Jace. You can pick Graves. You can pick Set, even
Camille,
even
maybe,
if you want to.
Jax,
Camille, Jax.
Fiora.
There's a lot.
Yeah. There's a lot of carries in the top lane. But yeah.
So you just pick it and go ruin everybody's day.
Of course, I completely agree. I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? That's the saying.
Absolutely, and I think there might be an invitation for you into the game.
Of course, yeah, I think there is. Pog, I respect. Me really doing my job well.
Omega lul.
Oh, man.
But I mean, you gotta spice it up with those League of Legends memes, right?
Of course. Oh yeah, big time.
Otherwise, it doesn't work. You're already being called a white braddy.
Yeah.
So I mean, by the end of this casting session, I just expect you to wise around the
Gracefully
studio.
walking around. Yeah, that's gonna be me.
Yes, as I'm going to provide the soundtrack because otherwise we are going to be banned for it.
Yeah. Oh man, but I don't know.
For NSF, there's pretty much all the things they need to work with right now. Mm-hmm. So either you know how to play with Toto,
of course,
and make his weak side not the weak side.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Or you just look at it and go, okay, so they want Rengo to be the potential carry. Mm-hmm. Let's shut him down. Let's try not to give them any early heralds. Or on the other side, go and just bully Toto out of the lane. That's pretty much all how it looks. How it looks momentarily, at least.
I mean, yeah, I kind of agree. I think, of course, I think NSG can always go down the route of, you know what, we're going to pick our strong side bot lane again, because I think that kind of worked for them. I think the Draven Leona lane had a great early, but I think that, yeah, it all comes down to, can you stop the collapse, and can you stop the reaction from RT1? Because I think what made RT1 really accelerate that game was their great ability to react to plays that NSG Forsaken were trying to make. They were just on top of them. They just were there. But
absolutely. Yeah. And at this point, you need to think about for NSF. They just need to think about what is the playstyle that we need to adapt right now. Do we adapt the Artis one? We are going to push for team fights, or do you want to push for
Hmm.
something different? Like, what is the primaire idea? Because in here, something that RT1 is instantly banning out is Oriana,
Hmm.
something that the NSF would really, really love to have. But judging by the playstyle NSF tried to do, I'm really thinking about of Twisted Fate appearing in this game.
Hmm. I would 100% agree. And it is important to note that Forsaken have again opted for the red side. This was their choice. So fortunately for me, I don't have to change anything. But yeah, I mean, RT1, not a fan of the Leona. Perhaps they weren't a huge fan of it last game. They really want to stick perhaps to that weak side bot lane we were talking so much about, and they will
And
immediately lock in the MF
yep,
again.
now though, knowing how a lot of emphasis RT1 are putting to the top side,
Mm-hmm.
maybe it's really is the moment to bail out Twisted Fate because I think that the Destiny is the
Mm-hmm.
primarily tool to stop your opponent from going in and trying to find those picks, trying to find those different picks on Herald, different ganks as well.
Mm-hmm.
So it seems like the most
And
logical choice here.
news just into me that that Pike is actually a Kennen ban. Forsaken having a bit of a hard time with the LoL draft client by the looks of things, but all
So it's
good.
a cannon. Oh.
And is this an actual LeBlanc, not a Ziggs?
Oh.
Oh, the LeBlanc Lee Sin. That is a skirmishing early game. Very good combination right there.
All right. I mean, it has to be Twisted Fate, right? Like, who do you match LeBlanc with?
Of course, I think Twisted Fate is good here. I think maybe Rise, but I think TF is
Silas?
definitely Silas could be good, but yeah, I mean, and it is actually LeBlanc. Oh, they opt for the Lissandra. They opt for the hard CC.
Well, I mean, it makes sense looking
Mm-hmm.
at the fact that there's LeBlanc here. Also, with the ban of Yumi, like it's a good
Mm-hmm.
way to shut down LeBlanc. It's a good way to shut down Misfortune. But what is your AD carry to go with here? You need some, well, Lucian?
Could be a Lucian. I mean, they could do the Zaya Rakan bot lane. Uh, I think there's a. I was gonna say perhaps a Felios, but I don't know how well a Felios might fare into a LeBlanc and a Lee Sin. Um, but
Might be good, might be bad.
maybe. But yeah, and the Malphite ban coming out here. What do you think about that ban in particular? Because that is an unusual ban.
It's Rocky, and luckily we're not going to have the Rocky ban.
Oh no, not the puns again. Here we go. Oh.
Thinking about Graves
Mhm,
seems
mhm.
like one of the most logical choices here.
Yeah.
I like the respect coming from both of the teams, both from RT1 and NSF,
Mhm, mhm. I mean,
but I have questions there still.
yes, of course. But yeah, I mean, what do you? They are going to go with the Lucian. You are correct on that front, and I think Lucian here is perfectly fine, especially into that MF, and it is a similar style where we're playing bot side, strong side. But yeah, that's what I'd like to
Lucian,
see.
though, has an opportunity to play as the weak side as well.
Yes,
With
of course.
Rakan, you can now roam
Mm-hmm.
towards your job in the fourth and try to contest those early objectives with Rakan, and especially with quickness, that's going to be there later on.
Wow.
So it wasn't only the Rocky ban, but the Rocky pick.
Yeah, bro, we're in the Rockies, bro. We're in the mountains today.
Let's rock and roll, apparently. I'm uh,
But yeah, I
I'm a
mean,
bit confused.
the only AP threat for Forsaken at the moment is Leon. And I think the Silas pick here is
Oh,
absolutely perfect.
so it's going to be the top sides. It's going to be Silas top
Mm-hmm.
into Malphite.
But yeah, I mean, you have the Rel ult. I mean, how do you beat Malphite ult? You just get a better one. Am I right? The Silas motto right there. But yeah, I mean,
Pretty much.
there are some scary ults here for Silas to be stealing. I think Lee Sin,
Oh,
Malphite,
definitely.
Rel, MF. I mean, LeBlanc is a bit here nor there.
Rel's ultimate maybe not going to be the best one, as the only thing you're going to do is magnet everybody towards you.
Of course,
But
maybe not the best.
remembering the play that No Man's did at the
Mm-hmm.
play-ins of the Worlds when they were playing against Cloud9, and if I'm not mistaken, Blabber was the one to play Rel. No, it couldn't have been. Oh, my stream has ended, my friend. So you need to look into that.
That is my bad. I will get that up and running for you.
Okay, but the idea is I don't. Who's the support for Cloud9?
Who is the support for Cloud9? I couldn't tell you off the top of my head.
No, I can because I can't remember. I can't remember only the support. I remember everybody else. I don't remember the support. It's not Blabber.
Oh, goodness. I just keep wanting to think the old sneaky Zazel. That's my brain just keeps going, oh, it's Zazel. It's like, oh, it's not. He's a god. Oh man, but
Anyway, just the idea is the support. Cloud9 support was trying to get inside the Dragon Pit
of course.
with Rel. Now the problem was that Noman's from Unicorns of Love, playing on Silas, have stolen the Rel's ultimate, and hard CC'd her, not letting Rel get inside the Dragon Pit, by thus securing the dragon and securing the fight. So potential for NSF to play around with even with the Magnet Storm is quite huge. Now, my only question is, your main source of damage is Lucian, not Silas.
Yeah. I do agree with that sentiment. If you're gonna definitely take the Magnet Storm with the Silas, you're leaving a Lucian, and he's got a Malphite and a Lee Sin to deal with. I don't think he's gonna be in the best of positions to be flying in onto the MF and like trying to do that. But I mean, I think it's gonna be close. I think a lot of this comes down to how perhaps the Silas and the Jarvan navigate these team fights, because while they can steal these ultimates, especially with the Silas, there is like a cooldown on each one, and I think generally speaking, playing Malphite and playing Rel is a lot more straightforward than playing the Silas, but I think that's not too up for debate. I'm pretty sure that all the teams in this tournament are very capable, if they're going to pick Silas, is capable of playing it. But yeah, I'd like to see how
Vulcan,
he chooses.
thank you.
Yeah. Thank you very much. I read it and I was like, yeah.
I remember everybody, but I don't remember Vulcan.
R.I.P.
Because-
supports in League of Legends. Never remembered.
No, I remember the supports. I love supports. There's a lot of great people that play supports.
I agree,
But
completely.
my memory is just like a trash can that remembers things that I don't need to remember. But everything that is at least worth of knowing, I'm not going to remember.
Perfect. I mean, look, it is
A
what it
big
is.
brain for a League of Legends player.
Oh,
apparently.
totally. As long as you completely forget the stuff that matters, I'm sure you'll be completely not homeless. It's fine.
Does she has a flash or not?
Yeah. Proceeds to flash, trade flash, and die. Yeah, smart.
Caps, you are a professional player. You're supposed to remember those things.
Oh man. Okay. How?
But yeah, it's just the draft. I like the draft of the NSF though, because hard CC, loads of tanks, but with Rakan giving even more opportunities to navigate yourself through that fight, because there's knockup, there is a shield, there is quickness, and there's even a heal if you connect your Q. If you're able to aim, if you have potato aim, you won't heal anybody, but like happens.
Yeah.
While RT1, the thing I'm looking at the most right now, and I'm like, right, it's not bad, but it's not the best,
I mean,
is Malphite.
you've got to be scared of a Rel engage into a Malphite ult into an MF ult. Like, the wombo potential for Red Team 1 here is crazy high.
Yes. But you just don't work in groups, and that's it.
Of course, yeah, you just hit enemy nexus and you win the game.
Yes. It's basically the premise of the competitive
Of
esports
course,
League of
yeah.
Legends. Kill the enemy nexus.
And you win. Yeah.
Just kill it.
Yeah, just kill it. What?
I wonder if anybody has tried to unplug their monitor and tell like, okay, I've won.
Of course, yeah, I can't. Oh,
I
man.
killed the nexus. It's
Yeah,
not
gone.
visible.
It's not
so,
there
you know,
anymore.
yes, it's not there. What's the problem?
my goodness. But yeah,
Still, though, it's like, yeah, okay. I mean, it's a good way of initiating into the fight. It's a good way to start the fight as well. But NSF have so much engagement tools.
they also have so much mobility, which I think is important when you're playing against a Malphite and a Rel.
Yes.
Because Malphite can go in, or Rel can go in with her ult. You can still dash, you can still get out of it. It's kind of hard, but you can do it. So I think Rel is going to be severely hindered by the fact that Sylas has a dash, Lucian has a dash, Rakan has a dash, J4 has a like they all have ways to work around the engage that Red Team want to bring to the table this game.
I mean, the animation time for Rel in order to get into the initiation moment is quite the gap is quite big.
Yeah.
So you still do have plenty of time to react onto it and just get out of the harm's way. Now, on the other hand, what RT do have in their favor, and that's very good for them, is that they have a lot of different tools.
Oh yeah.
They don't only have Rel's ultimate, the Magnet Storm, they also have the Unstoppable Force. It's good, it's good. They have the Dragon Kick. It's good, it's good. Combined with Sonic Wave and maybe even a dash onto a ward, Lee Sin is capable of getting to the enemy's backline and take Lucian basically right in front of Vulcan, of a volcano, extremely quickly. Also with the binding chains coming from LeBlanc, that just seems like Lucian is in a very tight spot here. However, he has Rakan, he has Jarvan, he has Lissandra, and he has Sylas. There's all the tools to defend him. So it's like it's a bit of a 50-50. Depends on who's going to engage first and who's going to be more successful with a possible disengage.
Of course. Now, we saw it last game. Are we going to see another cheesy, perhaps, style level 1 invade, do you think, coming out of either team? Just as I load up this game that is starting.
I am a fan of cheesy level 1 strats and of any cheesy level 1s that Fnatic do have on their hands.
Of course, yeah.
Give me level 1.
Whew. Wait. It's working. There we go.
I think we have a... Yes?
Small technical difficulty, but it's all good. I think it's all good.
It's a part of the job.
Yes, I'm new to this.
It is all good.
Yeah, we're good.
Hey, you're doing a splendid job, my friend. So don't feel bad about anything.
I mean, we were talking about cheese. We do love cheese. It
Cheese
does
whiz.
appear to be happening.
It does appear to be happening indeed.
30 seconds until
Though
the
it seems like
minions
there's... I'm not sure... Well, RT1 is going to hug the wall there to try to get into the fight, but I think that Lucian is in the bush.
Loon gonna hop over the wall. Go
And
all
I
the way
think
around. Oh, they
And
do
Lucian
spot
have
us.
spotted him. Maybe somebody's going to... Yes, they are trying to bait them out. Here comes Kaiser Murmy. I think it's going to be a lot of flashes burned just in about a second. Maybe not. Sonic Wave coming onto. That's a good knock-up, though, from Luchesco. And I think that knock-up was the reason why this cheesy level 1 is not going to work.
Now, while I do like the idea of the level 1, I think it's super important now that Loriso goes and gets information and gets a real deep ward so that they can do what they did last game so well, which is keep track of Sanix in the early game. So they are going to know now when he is topside, and I would like to see them do something around that. But yeah, late ward into Wolf as well, so they will
If
also
we
know.
can get an idea of if there's a deep ward over here. Yes, just where we have been. I don't see a deep ward here from the blue team. No, there isn't one. No, there is one on the blue the blue buff.
Wolf went in and...
But it's not giving you a lot of information, does it? Because with Silas's ward is just so much better, especially the positioning is just so good.
Of course. Loon looking for the engage.
It's gonna get a stun.
Some good
But it's
trading
not,
here.
or a good knockup, but not finding Loon here, not securing the first kill. But the trading is definitely going to the NSF side.
I mean, we spoke about it a little bit last game. What do you think of this jungle pathing again in the early game? Because both teams have decided to start both sides this time.
They indeed have. And some trading here in the mid lane as well. It might be looking like both teams are interested to try and leave the bot side like its own little island.
Bot island, yeah.
Yeah, and try to walk around. Lee Sin actually might be, yes, he's looking very deep. And going on to Lariso, maybe even. Jarvan the Fourth is doing his red buff. Yeah, Sanix is indeed going in, but it might be not the best case. Here comes the teleport. Lariso is quite low. Flashes away, but is able to get out. Here comes the Pocket Watcher. Tries to get Sanix in here, but he's going to predict the flash. Oh my god!
RT1 Sanix making it happen for his team. Goes in, gets the first one, gets
Oh,
it out.
Wolf
Arvid the
going on Arvid. He's going to be chained and even ignited. Not seven, but the second, rather. Kill going for RT1.
An explosive start here from RT1. Two great flashes as well, by the way. One for Wolf to keep the chains, and one from Sanix to completely get him out. As Peter Parker might get caught here too.
He's rooted. He's
Q
rooted.
hits.
Sonic Wave connected. And the kill is going to be donated
Disaster
to Wolf.
for the start of Forsaken here. This is not where you want to be.
Loon might be actually looking to try to continue onto the death streak. Manages to... Loon might be in trouble himself. Here comes a heal from Toto. And it's going to save the cavalry from the potential death. Is that a Chatham him looking at? It is. Lariso, actually, look. Maybe actually trying to make a play. Not sure 100% here. Gets away though.
I mean, a little bit quieter now, but wow. What a start to this game. An explosive start. But yeah, I mean, we do say that, as Loon does find the engage down on the
Loon.
bot lane.
Yes, and here comes Sanix as well. Sonic Wave is connected, and the resonating strike is going to bring Luchesco down. Wolf might be looking for a pick here, but he's stuck in the minions quite a lot. Peter Watcher going back quite a lot. But not going to find anybody just yet. Ringo. Oh, Ringo might be in trouble. Ringo might be in trouble. Here comes a knocker from Arvin. Double flash, but nobody's going to save the rock. First kill have been found by NSF.
Yo, it's party time. It's Fiesta game. It's Fiesta o'clock. We got 5 kills in 5 minutes. Wow.
You know, as Freak said just recently right now in the world, I like bangers. Bangers are fun to cast. And I totally agree with Freak.
It is happening here this game. My goodness.
The Fiesta, the banger, or the fun cast?
It is party time.
Okay.
I hope you brought your party hat.
No,
No,
you
no.
just can't see it. It's an invisible party.
As Arvid here is looking at perhaps a mid lane gank, but I don't expect it.
Stanix is around here, so he might be able to respond onto this, but I think he's going to be spotted there on a crab. Oh no, the crab is for RT.
Lucian.
Oh my god, he's there. Going in yet again. Loon, the cavalry has arrived. They are airborne, but it's not going to set Kaiser Mummy trying to work onto Toto, gets a good damage, but he's airborne. He's stunned. He's dead.
I mean,
another kill with the trade of flashes.
I think we've seen this story before. That was, yeah, I mean, they sold...
That means there is a bug in Matrix. If that's a deja vu, that's a bug in Matrix, right?
I mean, yeah, that's just a free dragon now, but yeah, they did see the Lee Sin coming to bot. I do think he was spotted on a ward, but they just forget that their map's on. I mean...
Oh, look at the pinks. Bot side might be still having a fight. Here comes an airborne, yet another one. Arvid is in there, but he's way too late. Jota is going to close on the kill. Now Wolf is the one to try and chase down Rakan. And Cheska has to flash over the wall, otherwise he's going to be dead. Top side is continuing to have a bit of a skirmish, but the bot side is the one that you need to have your eyes set upon right now. Kaiser Mummy still standing in the bush, but I don't think that RT are going to, let's say, go way too deep into this.
They learned from last game. They're not going to bite off more than they can chew, and you know, they got the Drake. They sent Arvid back to Fountain, and yeah, I mean, decisive here is what I like from the side of RT1. They're going in, they're taking what they decide to get, and they're like, cool, enough. We're gonna leave now. We got what we needed to get, and we'll see you at the next team fight or skirmish. Yeah, I mean,
Also, the 2,000 gold lead already secured for RT1. Also with first objective. I would love to see the objective timers.
I
If
will
we
get those
could
up
have,
for you.
yes, because I'm rather interested how much time do we've got until 25 seconds until the Herald is going to spawn. So
Now,
now with Ringo being quite good. Oh my God, Parker Watcher might be in trouble. The binding is there, but the trade is not going to result into a kill because he sees Arvid
now,
in the
you
in the corner there.
you just spoke about the goal lead. It's a 2K right now, but it's important to note that half of that is Sanix. So it's really going to be up to him as they do look to perhaps be catching it hard.
Might be
James
even
does
more.
miss.
Sonic Wave is there. He's rooted. Whoa! Flash kick is going to seal the deal as
Sanix,
Wolf takes third kill in the game.
Donating that kill over to Wolf there with the flash kick, and yeah, I mean, again, most of this goal lead is on this Lee Sin and is on this LeBlanc. We mentioned it in draft. This duo really loves to skirmish and get around like the map, and you know that's really what they're doing this game. They're roaming, they're taking these early trades, and it's really fruitful for this team this game. And yeah, I really like to see RT1 playing to their strong suits.
Herald is already up. The next Drake is going to be at 2 minutes and 40 seconds. We have seen the same setup of the Drakes in the previous game, as the Herald has been taken by Sanix. And it just seems so that this time around NSF really just needs to have... Oh my God, Bulletstorm is gonna bring him down. Lochesko is dead, the kill is secured. Toto is in there, and Lissandra also tries to take down Toto. Toto is very low, he's still alive. He almost got it. Rel gets a double kill.
Great vision play there from Toto, and yeah, I'm sorry I kind of dropped you straight into that one.
It's totally fine. I love those skirmishes. I'm loving this game. This is one of the greatest games I've witnessed in a long time, disregarding Fnatic taking down RNG.
Yeah, I mean, look, both teams have a go button, neither team has a stop button, but again and again and again, RT1 are finding themselves just barely coming out ahead, like Toto surviving there, but unless something changes here for the side of Forsaken,
Oh my God, look at this. LeBlanc is already here. And Arvid instantly recognizing the danger and going, no, 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 thank you very much. I'm about to head out right now. Lochesko going on to Toto. No. Doesn't have his quickness yet, so that might be the reason why you're not going there.
But yeah, I mean, unless something changes for the side of Forsaken, I can't see themselves really getting into this game, because every skirmish they decide to take just barely doesn't work for them, and it's ballooned here into a 4K gold lead at 10 minutes.
Oh, Sanix and Loon might be actually looking for somebody. Yes, they are. Magnet Storm gonna connect with the stun, with the kick. Double kill for a Blind Monk.
And I mean, look, we said get off the Yuumi, get roaming. Wow, this is a team.
Oh, unstoppable force with the flash. Frozen Tomb is going to save you a little bit of time, but not your life. Rengar might be taken down by the tower shots, but does it matter with the Herald running your tower down? Oh, Sonic Wave? No. Maybe? Still? Wolf? Not connecting on it just yet. Loon might be looking away in. Yes, he does. Airborne stuns. A lot of damage coming onto Jarvan, but he has to flash away. Sanix might be caught in here in a bit of a cross shootout, and the shutdown goes over to Jarvan.
Getting a little bit ahead of themselves there, but I'm a big fan of the aggression. I'd love to see it going, but both teams looking well and truly warmed up, I think, for this game. Game 1 was a bit quieter, but now Loon is in the top lane.
Not going to roam on it though, because the teleport has been used by Rango to get to the top, and this dragon is going to be donated over to the NSO Bullet Time. Might be actually able to no, not going to be able to. Arvid is just basically thanking him and going, thank him, no, I'm just going to use my smite.
Appreciate the leash, buddy. Thank you very much. I'll have that one.
Also, if we could turn off the chat, that would be also pretty much amazing.
Yeah.
I'm going to quickly ask you for that.
Is off.
Oh, and nobody's talking. We're basically following the policy of Riot of turning off the chat. Oh, now Loon going with the hard engage. Magnet Storm is not there. It is there. Cataclysm trying to seal the deal. Actually, might be not the best moment for RT1 because now they have to run away. Toto has taken down Rakan, but oh my god! And that's a triple kill for Lucian. Now he's still wanting more. He smells the blood. Toto flashes away from Kaisermumi. And despite the fact that he doesn't have the calling, he's going to leave the prey to go away. NSF find the angle.
I mean, this is just exactly what happened last game. Is the flash ult does come in for Loriso.
Loriso.
Miss. But is it
And
enough?
he tries to get him down. Ringo is quite low. Not going to push more.
This is literally what happened last game. Team fights that NSF or NSG Forsaken shouldn't be winning. They just find themselves out team fighting and outplaying RT1. I mean, it's happening here again this game. So
Why Loriso didn't push more onto Rengo? He could have killed him. He didn't have the unstoppable. Or did he? I don't think he had unstoppable
or
force
did
yet.
he? Or did I can't remember, to be entirely honest. But I think him missing his chains was a huge part of why that happened. And now Sanix is top lane. Loriso has no idea how long is here
Going
as
to be
well.
caught in here. I don't think you can find your way out of this one.
Yeah.
Another kill goes over to LeBlanc.
I mean, they recognize that he has no flash, and it's like, cool. His wave is pushed. He has no vision. Again, just a bit of an oversight.
Punish.
Yeah. But that being said, Toto is by himself, and he is going to be forced to give up his wave. Because there is...
Maybe even a few plates. Maybe not the second one though. Kraken Slayer though already built for Lucian. Oh, Wolf might be caught in here. Frozen Tomb as well as Arvid tries to get him. That what a flash
Sanix now
from
caught
Wolf.
out.
Sanix, indeed he is. Good damage coming onto him, but they're not going to catch him with no hard CC. Cataclysm is though available. Oh, bullet time onto Kaisermumi. Has to go away, but he won't be able to. Ujesko might be that one spotted here. He gets away with the W, and I don't think that Loon is willing to go any further. Now Sanix is the one to chase Arvid down. Didn't manage to find the Sonic Wave. And it just seems so that NSF are just going to try and disengage from that fight.
Kaisermami walked up so calmly, was like, you know, I'm going to take this trade with you. Toto was like, no. You tried? No. You died for that one, buddy. But, yeah, I mean, again, just getting a little bit ahead of himself, I think, Kaisermami. But, you know, a valiant effort. And now the gold lead is around 3k, which is an improvement on what it was the last time I checked. I think it was 4k, so...
Oh, Loon going in there again. Parker watch with an ignite. It's ticking, but it's not gonna. Whoa!
Wow.
He gets back in there and gets instantly deleted. Sanix now has to flash away in order to get out. Sonic Wave on the Herald, and now he's out. Then in comes Ringo and Rel tries to get there, tries to be there a little bit more. Unstoppable Force has been used, and the chase is about to continue. They're trying to chase down Lee Sin. Not going to be able to do that, but it seems like a tower dive is real. Kaisermami tries to flash in, or not flash in, but take down those minions.
Wow.
Didn't break the recall.
Parker opting for the interesting idea of taking his dash back in, but Loriso will look for Rengo here. He does have the same pick.
Oh, tries to get down Ringo, but it's something that we have already seen before.
Yeah.
He's not going to push in a little bit further now. Sanix
Is there a steal here?
might be, and yes, it is.
No, is it?
Is it?
No, it isn't.
No,
it
it
isn't.
isn't.
It isn't. Arvid with
And he
with
shot
his
it
fuck.
down. Oh,
It was close. It was close.
it was close. As a jungler, I understand the pain though.
But yeah, I mean, one thing we haven't mentioned is in the meantime, Toto was just left to get the tower in the bot lane. He is up a level now.
Oh.
He is really strong.
He is indeed. Also has the Eclipse and slowly building himself, and also the completed bullet, meaning the arrow has been formed in the meantime.
A
However,
pause.
what?
It wouldn't be the SLE if there wasn't a pause. Yeah. Whew. I mean, if
All
you-
right, so let's try to recap here.
Let's slow down a little bit. Yet.
Let's try to recap. So we have seen NSF
Yeah.
just completely be. Oh, and here we go back. So
That was a
okay,
great
no
recap.
time for
That was
recap.
a great recap.
That was a great recap. Absolutely, it was. And as Aaliyah wanted to say, no, it isn't. It's NSF. Complete. No way.
It's not a pause, it's a spectator bug. Here we go. It's my favorite time of the year.
Is it Happy Christmas? Is the league is broken? It is broken.
Yeah. Crazy how that works.
That's what a pause does to the spectator.
It just breaks absolutely everything, but it seems to be back on track.
I think so.
The double rewind does its job.
So, the NSF tried to find some good angles there.
Yeah.
Were completely annihilated in the beginning of the game. Now they're pretty much back on track, right?
True, they found their footing.
So, RT1, what are they doing wrong?
Yeah, I think they're just biting off a little bit more than they can chew. They're taking these fights, although the last fight did go well for them. They had to use everything to run, and I mean everything. They got the kill just because Parker decided, you know what, he was going to donate it. You know, friendly guy. It is what it is. Yeah, I mean, now we see that,
Break
NSF
is
do
started. Loriso missing with the chains. Sanix being forced away by Illusion.
Break reset here. Started up again.
And it just seems so that both of the teams are really trying to fight for the leverage. Arvid going to continue on to the Drake with Kaiser Mummy. Sanix is already here as well. And Lewin is looking for an opportunity to go. Are they going to give up the Drake?
Parker looking for that flank, but Loriso
Okay,
now with Malphite
Unstoppable Force is stolen. Here comes Loon. Going on to Luchesco. Unstoppable Force. That's a combination of the world with the bullet time as well. That's a trade of the kill. Fight still continues. Resonating Strike is going to connect onto Kaiser Mummy, but he's slowed. He's not able to do anything just yet. Ovid trying to get Toto down. Will be able to do that with just lost auto, but
Wow.
RT1 prevail in this absolutely chaotic fight.
Yeah, that fight happened. But I didn't even know what was going on. I had my fingers up to my mouth. I was like, who's gonna win this one? But yeah, RT1 just barely making it out on top. But
look at Kaiser Mummy. He's trading objectives.
he's doing a really good job here. He knows that most of Red Team 1 is dead around Drake, so he's gonna trade that tier 2 mid lane, and you know, I think that's super important. It's a bit sad that they don't have any of the outer towers yet, but just having mid towers makes it so much easier to get yourself situated for these objectives and to get vision control in a bit deeper into the enemy jungle.
Now with the second Drake taken by RT1, you can, and it's going to be a Cloud Soul yet again as well. You can try to think about, okay, so what do we do from this situation moving on? But NSF, with a little bit of misposition coming from the team fight that we've just witnessed, unfortunately we don't have the replay powered up by Axe, which we do not have.
No, we do not have access to that, unfortunately.
Access, yes, indeed access.
Yeah.
But still, with a little bit of this chaotic fight, you can say that NSF are not just finding the right foot, but it just so seems so that they're absolutely ready to find the way how to fight around the enemy team.
I mean, I will say, but like, we saw it last game, Forsaken know how to play from behind, and they are still a very dangerous team-to-team fight, as Parker Watcher maybe called out here.
Not gonna find him with the chains though, so it means Parker is able to get out of
RT1 not done here.
Oh, play weak side they said, play safe they said, like 4 shots. They're looking down upon Lissandra, and will they take her? That's the biggest question. NFS already, or NSF almost, are already making their way towards the top side, and it's just a question, are they going to pick up the fight or not? And RT1 just seemed to realize that, you know what, maybe not.
Parker Watcher wipes the sweat away from his brow, and he has been told he gets to live this time.
I just thought here for a second that we might get a fight, but not just yet.
Both teams right on the edge. Both teams really do want to go. Red team do walk in and look for vision control, but nothing
if
quite
NSF
yet.
lose, they are not getting that top seed. They need to play it perfectly and take that win to force RT1 to go into the tiebreaker and the third game.
I mean, yeah, and now we see, like we saw before, Parker Watcher was on a bit of a tightrope, but now it's looking like Wolf needs to be a bit careful as
Oh, Sanix looking for Arvid here, finding him. Stun is not going to connect, but Sonic Wave will. And she seems like RT1 are just trying to zone NSF out. Lissandra is doing a little bit of deep push, so you need to think about that. Teleport is available though, so that's at least something. Another turret has fallen that was on the top. The outer turret for RT1. LeBlanc though, looks like kind of an easy angle. Unstoppable Force has been stolen. And you can feel the tensions just blowing up.
Yeah. Doing the Baron dance. Both teams don't want to give anything up, but like it's important to note that 2 TPs available.
Oh, Sanix now caught in here with the Unstoppable Force. Goodbye, Lee Sin. Shot down onto Larissa.
Now, even though Lee Sin is dead, I definitely think RT1 can 100% still contest this. You still have Toto and Loon. That is a great wombo combo. If Rengo has the TP available.
Oh, that's a teleport from Malphite. Loon now the one in trouble. A lot of CC bullet time. Gonna connect! And will take him down. Cataclysm onto Wolf, but he manages to get away. Unstoppable Force will bring down Silas. Will bring down that as well. But here comes Pocket Watcher with Kaiser Mumi with the flash forward. That's a ace for NSF.
I mean, wow. That was a beautiful flash stun from Parker Watcher. I mean, I don't even know what to say about that one. He TP'd in, he came in, he just cleaned up beautifully for his team. And I mean, can Sanix hit the Q?
Sanix
barely misses.
Right now, he should be online, right?
Yes. But important to
It's
note,
like, I'm not sure anymore. I would just expect an Ezreal ultimate, the True Shot Barrage, or the Super Mega Death Rocket just flying out of nowhere, and I wouldn't have been surprised.
I think both teams are gonna give up their Baron Dream for the next minute or so as everyone looks to fight over this Drake. But I think both teams doing a super good job of being there and being available for these objectives and having resources for the objectives, as Loon will find Luchesco and stop his base.
But I don't know if that's a good idea to try to clean this woods and still recognize it for Khan, but Arvid is here, so is Parker Vulture. So we might try to look for a fight here. Lariso is at the top though. He has the teleport, but there's not a lot of wards at this side of the map. You have only one now.
Bit of poke.
Okesko might be caught in here, not just yet. Arvid continues to try to clear those wards. And it just seems like RT1 are trying to force the enemy team out of the whereabouts of the dragon. Not just the dragon pit. Now, Malphite and Misfortune have already started the Drake, and it just seems like this one is going to be donated over to RT1.
I mean, I think with the positioning on the map that you had, I think you are just okay to give that Drake up, and I think RT1 have suspicions of perhaps a Baron attempt here, but they are gonna find perhaps 4 members of Forsaken here if they choose to keep going, but they do give up the chase.
It just seems like this one might have been the most important, as RT1 are now on the soul point. You cannot not fight for the next Drake, because giving opportunity for the whole RT1 team to have ability haste and the movement speed,
of course,
is just that's just a no-no.
I mean, I completely agree. I think you're looking at a team that at this stage of the game has some crazy team fighting potential that comes exclusively from their ultimates. So I think having the Cloud Soul is super important for them, and I mean, even if they don't get the soul of the next Drake, they can force a team fight here. Like, you cannot ignore this Drake stacking. So it's going to be super interesting to see how Forsaken do decide to play out the next 5 minutes of this game and how much emphasis they put down onto the soul.
Have to be honest though, in regarding the Baron, NSF seem to be, oh never mind, Arvid now might be chasing here with the Magnet Storm. Here comes the stopwatch to dodge away the bullet time. Sanix are now the one on the chase. Rakan is going to flash himself out of the harm's way, and the tomb might be connected there, but that's a shutdown onto the Misfortune. The Calling is not going to find a lot of people in there, but you do not need to find anybody else. The Baron is going to NSF.
It is all square as well.
Oh my god! Wow. Jess goes out to the fight as well.
I mean,
the fight might be actually continuing. Parker Watcher trying to fight Wolf. That's a good stun, but he's going to be blocked by another stopwatch. Unstoppable Force, RT1! with the cleanup. Silas trying to go there, another stopwatch, but can you do that? Flashes into the bush, trying to run away for the hills. Rengo is on the chase. Now Wolf is the one to chase as well. He wants the blood, he smells it, and he's not going to find it just yet. No one is taking Baron.
No one is giving up this Baron. You can have Drake, you can have map prio, but if you go for that Baron, if you just look at it for too long, no. There is a team fight. It is gonna happen, and my goodness, is it explosive around this Baron pit this game.
I would say it's explosive on the whole Summoner's Rift, not just the Baron. Look at the kills, 29 to 19 in about 27 minutes. Everybody is dying. And resurrecting, of course. We're not going to be morbid about that.
In-game.
Yeah, sure. It's not that the players actually die and then resurrect. Duh.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, like...
And both teams are stacking around the dragon,
Baron.
not the dragon, the Baron yet again.
Yeah, I mean, again, Parker has the TP.
The teleport, yes! That's a bit of a deja vu, isn't it?
But there doesn't appear to be any TP wards. He might be able to go to the top wave, but other than that, I mean, Red Team 1 are just going to start up the Baron here. They're going to force out this TP.
They do. They will try to force it out. There is a control ward. Maybe that's the one to teleport onto. Wolf might be caught in here with the Cataclysm. It's a shutdown, and now he's dead. The Baron is going to be given up. Parker Watcher makes his way with the teleport towards here, but Luchesco now the one onto the rush with Trurelius, trying to find at least somebody in there, not able to. And now NSF go, okay, screw it, let's start the Baron.
It's Forsaken's turn. It's Forsaken's turn to do the Baron. And all
Darkseid
are
is still
available
contested.
here.
No Cataclysm available now in this fight. Any other ultimate is ready though. Here comes Parker Watcher with the stun. That's another Magnet Storm at the bullet time, and it just seems that the fight is just everywhere around the map. Unstoppable Force is going to knock up a few members, but it seems like this time around NSF are going to prevail. Sanix is the only man, the only member of RT1 to stay alive. He can still try to go for the steal though.
Finally, a team fight decisive enough that allows one team to go for this objective. But again, Sanix is full HP.
He's full HP. He
has
needs
the
to
smite.
go there. You gotta go there, buddy. He steals it. He gets away on the wards.
You can't ride it. You cannot ride it. And Wolf picks up one. Wolf picks up two.
An overkill. Now Kaiser Mummy might be the one in trouble. Clears the ward.
Drake in
He
15.
gets away.
That's Soul. That is that is a dead Arvid.
My
No smite.
goodness.
But I mean, Red Team 1 praising Sanix right now. He has pretty much saved the game right there, and then Wolf just comes in to clean up. But I mean, you gotta give that one to Sanix. That was...
Here comes the soul, the fight for the soul. There's only two back. Oh, Magnet Storm being stolen, being used onto Sanix. But that's a shutdown. Silas got in there just absolutely solo, and he got killed.
Wow. And I think this Soul could just decide the game. They have Baron. They're gonna get this Soul.
Oh, Loon, the cavalry has arrived! That's a stun onto Kaiser Mummy. Tries to get away with the help of the quickness of Rakan. What damage is that?
Wow.
Oh, the Culling maybe gonna find a kill, maybe not. Wolf is saving his friend as much as he can, and he's able to do so just for now. But Kaiser Mummy can try to push forward. The Baron Bowered minions are starting to slowly sieging the enemy base. Loon and Wolf slowly making their way towards the base as well. Parker Watcher, the only silent Watcher to try and defend the base, goes for a bit of the roots. Now Todo's the one to be focused by the tower, but the base is slowly falling. So is the last defender of the base. Arvid tries to go for a clutch moment play, not able to do that. Here comes Silas. He's going golden, but he's not going to survive.
Desperation.
And the army of the Baron minions is slowly making its way towards the base. The first Nexus turret is about to fall. The second Nexus is about to fall. Then the Charm is not going to find a lot. Kaiser Mummy, though, maybe trying to go for something, but he's all alone. That's an ace. The second Nexus turret and the game for RT1.
That, up until about 2 minutes ago, was so unbelievably close. RT1 found themselves just barely an inch of space, and my god, they took it. that game. Wow. Yeah, I can hear Spanish music playing in the background. Like Fiesta Time, baby. But oh my goodness, I that was something else. But yeah. Tell me your thoughts. How do you think that one went?
That was the banger.
Yeah, that was something else. But yeah, I mean, I'm gonna just quickly double check the graphs there. I mean, yeah, I mean, Lucian with some
28,000 damage for that Lucian, though. That's
yeah,
great.
he tried his best, but his best was just unfortunately not enough, right? And now I think, if I'm not mistaken, we are gonna hear from two of RT1's members, both RT1 Loon, the support, and RT1 Sanix, the jungler, are sitting in the waiting room for an interview. So I'm gonna drag him in now. Okay.
Hello, gentlemen
Oh, hello,
Hi.
hello.
and ladies.
I mean, yeah, I was waiting for that one. But yeah, talk to me about firstly the two games. But I mean, yeah, did it go as planned? Is this what you guys wanted? Like, how are you guys feeling coming into these games?
I mean, I'll take this one when you take the next one.
Mhm.
Like going in, we were like, okay, NSF is probably one of the better teams in SLE. So it's like, okay, it's gonna be tough games. Oh, obviously we're happy because who's not happy with the 2-0, right?
Mhm.
I mean,
Yeah, of course.
it's just like okay. I think individually we're also happy with our performances.
Mhm.
Um, and yeah, I mean, I think the games went kind of like we wanted them to, but they were a bit too close for our comfort.
Sure. I mean, okay. Let's start with game one, right? First and foremost, talk me through the draft, because I think it's pretty safe to say that Graves pick took everyone for a ride. I didn't know where it was going. No one knew, like absolutely no one had any idea. So talk us through that. What was the general thoughts in the dressing room for that one?
So we wanted to play through topside, and Liam, our mid laner, RT1 Wolf, said he could play Kennen mid. So in the end, we decided to put the Graves top lane, so we could funnel more gold into him with heralds and put the Yumi and the Hecarim eventually like on top of him as well.
Also, to add up on that, going into the later stages on the draft, we still thought the Graves is actually going to be jungle ourselves for a bit.
Well, actually, I do have a question regarding the drafts as well, because what with your team compositions, it seemed to be pretty easy to spot that you are relying on a very good team fights. You were always trying to find the good team fighting combinations with your ultimates. You were always trying to go for the good fighting around the objectives and things like that. But regarding Forsaken's Forsaken's draft, was it surprising? Was it strange that they are not uh, trying to answer you with the same big ultimates?
Well, I mean, the way it was, right? Because we had our coach was mainly doing the drafts for us. So shout out to him, And as he would say, the enemy team kind of got Mickey Mouse in the house, right? Uh,
Is
but
your coach Yamato Cannon?
no, he's
But it seems like
he's,
something that he would say.
he is objectively better.
Oh.
But okay. Anyways, yeah, I mean, going into the drafts, we had game one, and I don't know, with that Leona first pick, we already was like, okay, they're kind of trolling. So from in the draft part, it was like, okay, we should just win the game straight out from the draft. And then of course, because coach is just a bit better than us and doesn't account for our lack of hands, um, the games don't go as smoothly as they should. But yeah, we weren't really like. I mean, we mostly had answers for everything, and you don't have to respond with massive team fight comp for a team fight comp, because then you're just flipping every fight, right?
I mean, speaking of flipping fights, okay, in game two, right, there were a lot of team fights specifically centered around the Baron. Okay, now this went on for a little bit.
That's true.
So,
Oh yeah.
what was the communication, the thought process? Was it just like, yo, we're sending 5 people to Baron? If they even sniff it, kill them. Just go in. We flip. Like, What happened there?
Luna,
Well,
you can take this one. I have a lot to say on this topic.
Look, it was mostly that we just did not commit enough.
Mm-hmm.
Like a couple times we saw one person of NSF on the other side of the map, and we were like, "Yeah, we need to go now," but then we just didn't do it
Mm-hmm.
in the end because not everyone was there. Sometimes someone was on the other side of the map as well for no reason, but that's okay. And in the end, Sanix just had his star play and stole the Baron.
I mean, yeah,
Which was
completely.
beautiful.
That was a great
That was
steal.
beautiful.
And not only did you steal the Baron, Wolf then came in, cleaned up the 2 kills because they didn't have Baron recalls.
Yeah,
They couldn't get out.
absolutely
Yeah,
Okay.
beautiful.
It was just like a chain of events that just led into
Mhm.
us winning, because at that point I feel like we were actually like really struggling to get something good off, and then like, the moment Wolf got those 2 kills,
Mhm.
it just kind of like like the respawn timers were just like so out of sync. So like if they wanted to do something, they always were like 1 or 2 men down on us.
Mhm.
So it just meant that we could go in for kills and just pick them off one by one, and the respawn timers were always out of sync. So like it was just a lot easier to finish the game from that point on.
Cool. I mean, I guess a final question for me then is going into the future. Now that you won this game, I think do you guys expect to go on to just win everything? Like, what's the plan? What are your expectations for playoffs, the rest of the split, all of that?
Look, as I'm a humble person, I will let Loon answer this one.
Okay.
Obviously, we're gonna win every game.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah.
Self-confidence at its
Mhm,
at
yeah.
its finest, basically. I would like
Yeah.
to congratulate you on your fantastic performance today. Congratulate you on
you.
the 2-0, and really looking forward to cast your games in the playoffs.
Yeah, man. Thank you guys as well for the great cast.
No problem,
Thank you.
guys.
Really
Yeah.
appreciated.
Have
Yeah.
a good one. Appreciate
Okay.
it a lot.
Have a good one. We'll see you around.
And yeah, I mean, clearly a very confident team. I mean, what more is there to say?
It wraps it up. It just wraps it up really, really nicely. I don't think there is a lot even to add towards what we've seen.
So yeah, I mean, thank you so much for tuning in to the SLE today. We had Red Team 1, 2, NSG Forsaken, 0, a clean 2-0 for Red Team 1. However, it was much, much closer than that. I think that's fair to say. But
It was messy.
yeah. But thanks so much for coming, guys. Appreciate it, and hope you're in here for the next game. Thanks so much. Peace.
Thank you so much. Have a good evening, and thank you, Brady, for working this one out with me.
Thank you so much to you as well, bro, man. But yeah.